Welcome to the lesson on exponents and radicals using the graphing calculator. Let's start by raising the base of 2 to the power of 2. So 2 squared. We're going to type a 2 from the white keys, and then we're going to use the exponent button. Now there is a shortcut button for the squared. It's over on the left-hand side, about halfway down. It says on the button x squared. So I'm going to push that button, and notice that an exponent of a squared appears. It appears and it looks just like an exponent, and you can clearly see that it says 2 squared. Then press enter, and you get the answer of 4. The dotted lines just mean we're ready to go on to the next problem. So now let's raise 2 to another power. Let's raise it something other than a 2. So 2 cubed. So any other power than 2, you have to use the exponent button. That button looks like an upside down V. It's on the right hand side, right up underneath the clear button. When I press that button, notice that the cursor goes to the area that will become an exponent. It's up in the air. It should look like an exponent, and then you just type in whatever exponent you want. So we're going to type in 2 cubed. So I'm going to type a 3. To get out of the exponent, you're going to use the right arrow key. So press the right arrow key, and that'll get you back down out of the exponent button. And now you can press enter. And the answer is 8. Okay, say I wanted to raise a negative number to a power. So say I wanted to type in negative 2 squared. I'm going to have to use parentheses in order to multiply negative 2 times negative 2. Otherwise, the calculator will not understand what I'm typing. So in other words, I'm going to type in parentheses negative, which is down on the bottom, then a 2. Then I need to close my parentheses before I raise it to the power. Close the parentheses. And now I'm going to square it. So I'm going to raise it to the second power. And remember, that's that shortcut button. And then I'm going to press enter. Negative 2 times negative 2 is a positive answer because a negative times a negative is a positive. If you forget the parentheses and you type in negative 2 squared, mathematically what you've typed in, negative 2 like this, and then squared it, really what you've typed in is the opposite of 2 squared. The calculator does not understand that you want to multiply negative 2 times negative 2. Instead, the calculator thinks you want to take the opposite of 2 times 2, and that answer is actually negative 4. Your calculator is not being incorrect. It is a correct answer. You have to be the operator of the calculator and be sure that you type in the parentheses because you want to tell the calculator and explain to the calculator that you want to multiply the base of negative 2 times itself. Now let's say we want to take a radical or a square root or a cube root or any other index root. So these are radicals. So let's just do the square root button. Say the square root of 4. So the square root button, you have to use the second function. So everybody press the blue button, the second button, and then the x squared. That's how you get to the square root. And then you type in, notice the square root appears, and you type in whatever number you want to take the square root of. Square root of 4. Again, see the arrow beside the 4? You're going to press the right arrow key to get out from underneath the radical, and then you press enter. And this answer is going to be 2. Now what if I want to do the cubed root? So I can't use that shortcut button. Instead, I have to type the math button. So if you press the button that says math on it, notice all these other functions come up, which we'll discuss those later. If you notice on the very first column where it says math, number 4, if you scroll down, number 4, it's the cubed root. So we're going to pick that number. So scroll down to 4. You can either type a number 4 to pick that, or you can scroll down to 4 and then press enter to choose it. And notice that it comes up as a cubed root. I want to take the cubed root of 27. So I'm going to type in 27. Again, I'm going to use the right arrow key to get out from underneath the radical, and then I'm going to press enter. And that answer is 3. So I want to do the fifth root. Well, if I go back to the math button, you'll notice that there is no fifth root. If you scroll down, it has the third root, which is the fourth choice, but the fifth choice is the x root. So we want to take the fifth root. So we're going to get out of this button. So press second and quit. You actually have to type in the index to your radical to begin with. So it's a fifth root. The index of the radical is a 5. Then you press the math button. Then you scroll down to the fifth choice, which is the x root. Once you choose that, press enter. Notice that now the index is up on this little ledge. It does look like the fifth root. Let's take the fifth root of 32. So I'm going to type in 32 and press enter. And there we have it. That concludes your lesson on exponents and radicals using the graphing calculator.